Welcome to week 13. There's only 4 weeks left, so I decided to make a video just to clarify the expectations for especially the web quest I wanted to talk to you more about in detail and show you a couple of examples to help you as you finalize your ideas for that and you start to build it. First thing this week, well actually the first thing I wanted to say is I'd like you to take a look if you haven't seen your grades lately. Um, I have reorganized them so that they're a little easier to see. And so take a look at your grades. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you in the next day or two a list of what is left because I think we're up to quiz 10 this week. We only have 2 more quizzes, and I've just a few other small assignments, and then of course the web quest, which is a little bit bigger. But we have about 250 points already established in this course out of about 350. So you should have a pretty good idea of where your grade is right now, and you need to make a final push to make your grade as good as it could be for the end of the semester. So for week 13, it's funny because the topic is distance education. It's perfect for this class because it's been done mostly online. It's an online course. So the discussion topic I want you to focus on is what is beneficial and what are the limitations to learning online? What what would you recommend? What advice would you recommend to those taking this class in the future? I'd also like to point your attention to some articles, the pros and cons of distance education. Then for the assignment this week, I would like you to download this rubric and find a web quest. You could evaluate any web quest with it, but this rubric is very important because it's the same rubric I will use to grade yours. The web quest you will make or build is worth 80 points. And you can see it's the same for this. So as you look at a web quest and you give it a score for the visual appeal, there's only 5 points for that. Let me make that bigger. And you make sure everything's working properly, spelling is correct, and then you look at each of the components of a web quest. You'll see exactly what you are going to need to do to receive the full 80 points. Now you could give a score of like 4 or a score of 2. It doesn't have to be 0, 3, or 5. Just in case it's between those 2 categories. But give a final score. All you need to do after you're done, you can put comments at the end if you want. But you don't need to write up anything. You just need to have the scores at least, and maybe say what was the best thing about it, or something really bad about it. But as long as you save that to your computer, and then upload that as the assignment, then you will upload that in the Dropbox. Throw it in the Dropbox. And then you'll be done with the assignment for this week. Now, the examples, you could get some WebQuest examples here if you don't know where else to look. But you could Google search for WebQuest. You could find your own WebQuest. I don't care where you get the WebQuest. Just make sure you evaluate it and you submit that back to me for your assignment this week. Sorry. Okay. So, you have your chapter 10, read the chapter, take the quiz, look at these distance ed articles, post what you think about this class, especially in regards to online learning, evaluate a web quest using this rubric and submit it as an assignment. And finally, I want to talk to you a little bit about the web quest that you're supposed to be making. Last week, you noticed that I gave you a code to sign up for making your own web quest. It's with a site called teacherweb.com, and you go to create a teacher web quest, and you put in the grade level, the subject area, the topic, and put in your account code. and then just follow the directions. You don't need, this is due April 30th. So I'm sorry if it wasn't more clear about that, but it was on the schedule due that this final project is April 30th. But you need to start building it now because, like I said earlier, we only have a few weeks left. And you were supposed to email me the topic and the task, and if every one of you that did email me um, your idea, I sent you a response, and I'm going to try to help you because this is hard for me to do. I usually do this in class, and I consult with people individually as they're working on creating their own web quest, but I can't do that as well. I'm happy to meet with you in my office at any time if you want to make an appointment. And if you find that more helpful, I'm definitely open and available to do that.